Hey guys, Chris with Tillman Family Farms. I'm gonna be honest with you. We haven't been very interesting here lately. We have had some things going on and we've been busy, but there's just been a lot of things happening and we hadn't done a whole lot of video. And started a video on turkey processing the other day, and it would have been a good one because our plucker broke and we had to do a whole lot of hand plucking, but it all of a sudden turned into a lot of work, and we decided that I would just scrap the beginning of the video and move on. We were all a little frustrated and it took a whole lot longer than what it should have. That was on Sunday. Today's Tuesday, week of Thanksgiving. I am off the rest of the week. So I got a lot of things that I've got to do. And the first thing that I'm gonna do this morning is we have replacement egg birds or egg chicks on the way. Should be here any day. And I gotta go over here and get our brooder cleaned out. I need those shavings for our compost anyway. So I'm gonna add new shavings to that and get it all ready and kind of tell you guys what the plan is with our replacement egg layers coming up over the winter. I know we're supposed to be working on chicken stuff, but can't ever resist a cute little group of feeder pigs. Let me tell you, this is the area up under these big oaks that we put them in, and they are just about finally cleaned up all these acorns. But we might look at moving them before the weekend's out. Back to chicken. All right, so trampoline chicken coop is the brooder. We last had just a couple of chickens in there. The shavings and all weren't cleaned out from the last group of broilers and turkeys that we did. So I'm about to clean that out. I got the tractor station right here. Our compost pile is down the hill, and we'll get all this stuff moved over and start getting some new shavings in this thing and get it ready. Dry and dusty in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. As we run from the dust. So this thing gets about, I don't know, 3 inches deep of shavings, and for each group that comes through. So these guys will be in here for a long time, so they may get some added and fluffed quite a bit because these are going to be egg birds. So they'll stay in here for the most of the winter. We'll probably set up some netting outside and once they get a little bit bigger to let them run, but anyhow. We're about to attempt teamwork. What do we call this, babe?
Mucking.
Mucking?
This is like stall mucking. I got the true. And a horse
So,
girl right there.
I know, but like I was looking for more like a specific term for what we're doing.
Teamwork?
Teamwork!
Oh, whatever.
Told y'all, teamwork.
Y'all, it's only Tuesday. And he's off the rest of the week. It's going to be a long week for me.
And y'all see what I do with my vacation?
Drive me crazy.
Work. Well, this is helping me. Not driving you crazy. Yet. Like I said, it's only Tuesday. So we're in that phase here in Georgia where we get all 3 seasons in a day. And what I mean by that is that in the morning times, it's below freezing. By lunchtime, it's about 55 degrees. And then by the afternoon, it's in the high 70s, sometimes 80s. And this is November. This is late November. This is a week of Thanksgiving. So I'm sweating. I went hunting this morning and I was freezing cold. And now I'm sweating. So welcome to the South. this is how we do winters. So I almost forgot, increasing the egg flock size. I took this old laying box that we had and I rebuilt it. So I had to cut here to put new rivets in it. All the rivets across the top had to be redone. I had to tie the whole back of it together. So these things normally come put together, so they're back to back. So we have the other half of this hanging in the Eggmobile already, but so I had to take what sheet metal I had and just put it back together best way that I could to hold it on. So we put all of this on along here. There's all new rivets and all that stuff. So got this rebuilt. So this is going to be I'm just going to up it to 20 boxes. The 10 boxes serviced 100 birds no problem. This is a rollaway box, so all of these eggs just roll down into here. I've seen this in our other videos, but this one was in really bad shape. We worked on it for a day and a half or so, getting it all right. So that's part of the new egg flock too. All right, so besides what we're pulling out, we are out of fresh compost, but Dad cut down a big old tree out there in the pasture for firewood, and all of these are the limbs off of it. A lot of that's a little bit too big for my chipper, but we are going to chip up as much of that as we can to start a new compost pile for next year. We're done processing everything this year. I think I do still have maybe one bucket of something up there that needs to go in that pile. I just put a load of shavings in there that we were just shoveling out, and I just kind of collected the pile back up around. A lot of these chickens, when we let them out of the netting there, they like to scratch through the pile, and they spread the bottom of that thing out about 3 or 4 feet all the way around it. So whenever I'm doing this, I will scoop it all back up and get it piled back up good. Woo, that's gonna make some good compost. But we got to get finished, get it filled back up, get waters in there, so that we're ready for these chicks that have shipped, I've been told. So let me tell you guys a little bit about this building right here. We got videos on this. This is probably one of the very first videos that I posted a couple years ago, was the trampoline chicken coop. So if you notice, it's round. Everything on this thing was recycled. That tin was recycled from a hunting camp that had a big fire, and a lot of this tin was on some of the structures, so I salvaged it. Some of this plywood was some stuff that I had left over from another job. And when I tell you that this is a trampoline, I mean it. So this is one half, and then the back of it is another half. This screen right here is the screen that you would put up around the sides of it so that your kids don't go flying off, bust their heads. And then these on the inside of it are salvaged top rails to a chain link fence. But so each spot where those come out and connect is where the legs went for the trampoline. So this was a really, really cool building for us. This building has seen many, many, many chickens. I mean, many, many, many chickens. So been a really cool building for us, and has lasted us, oh gosh, I don't know, about 4 years now, 3 or 4 years now. So and I see this going to have a lot more life in it. There's some things that I need to do to repair it. My untreated plywood is starting to get a little funky, but other than that, it's held together really well and served its purpose very well. We use it as a brooder now instead of a chicken coop, but when it was a chicken coop, I had a couple nesting boxes that we hadn't built and a custom roost right there. So egg birds are going to be here for the winter. I always try to use the big thick shavings because they won't try to eat it as much. They will, but not as much. It's harder for them to consume it. Got us a light. Need some more lights.
I'm gonna go, I think I got a bowl.
All right. There's some shavings in there. I think by the looks of this, the inflation has gotten our caught up with our bags of shavings, because I don't think there's as much in these bags anymore. I'm gonna check that, because normally we don't have spots like that that are nice and thin in here when we put 2 bags of shavings in this thing. Normally we get a good 2.5, 3 inches coverage on this whole thing. So anyhow, we got our feed troughs down. We got some waters over there to fill up. We have our barrel in here to fill with feed. We got to go get the rest of our heat lamps, things like that. We'll get all that stuff ready, show you guys that. And hopefully in the next day or so, we will get the call to pick up our chicks. So it's the next day. Jamie got the call this morning, and she rode down to the post office and picked up some chicks. We're fixing to turn them loose in the brooder here, and we'll tell you about what we got and what the plan is and all that good stuff. Can y'all hear that? That's loud. How many chicks is this? James?
What?
How many chicks is this? 150?
Yeah.
So this is 150 chicks. I was having some camera difficulties, so I did not get the footage of us unboxing them. I thought I was getting it, but I wasn't getting it. So anyhow, let me go in here and tell you guys what's going on. I'm gonna help her carry these waters in real quick too. So 150 replacement birds. Jamie, so how many Azure Browns?
120.
120, and then that makes 30 colored birds.
Yes.
So 30
So
colored birds.
Americanas, and I think I did olive eggers.
Olive eggers, Americanas and olive eggers. Okay, and then we have 5. Is it 5 or 6 inside that you hatched recently?
5.
So there's 5 inside that will get added to these guys. We got some waters in here, and then we will fill up our barrel over there for feeders, and then these little feed troughs right here will get filled up here in just a minute. We're about to go get the other lights and get the lights going in here, and get these guys fixed up. Replacement egg birds. So we do have an older group of replacement egg birds that actually started laying not long ago that will go with these guys, but
There's probably, what, about 50 of those?
yeah, probably about 50 of those. So we're looking at hopefully running an egg flock this year of about 200 birds is the goal. So,
And of course I'll be horrible and buy more.
oh yeah. She's terrible. She'll go in Tractor Supply, and if they have 15 left of one kind, she's just like, oh, if you'll sell me these cheap, I'll buy them all. Not buy 1 or 2, but buy them all. All right, I'm trying to sneak out of here without stepping on birds.
Yes, please don't.
Weird, these guys are loud. So we got 2 lights in there, 3 lights in there, but see how they're piling up under this one? So we gotta go round up some of our other lights. We just tried to see, but we have a couple that aren't working, so we may end up having to go run and get some more lights. But we've had tons of these things. They're just kind of crappy. So, but everybody's loud, doing good, got water, got food, got a few lights. We're gonna shut this building up. This building warms up pretty quick. So once we get the door shut, should help them out a lot. All right, so for right now, I have 5 heat lamps in here. I'm gonna go get some cords and space these things out a little bit more. I'm gonna plug them in all kind of in the same spots. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna see if I can round up 1 more light. Like I said, I got some of these other ones out of the other barn, and I had 1 more, I'd feel really good about this. But I'm gonna track one down. Since these guys are so loud, I'm gonna go outside and tell you guys what the deal is with egg birds on the farm, and why we're doing what we're doing. All right, so you can still probably hear these guys in here playing Dave. Anyhow, so when we started with egg birds, we had probably 50 or 60 birds, and man, back then we thought we got eggs like crazy, and we did. But we learned very quickly that if we were going to be able to provide eggs for customers, that we had to have a lot more birds. So we jumped up to 100 pretty fast, and then as time went on, those birds got older and they needed to be replaced, and they were all different ages. We didn't start with one big flock at one time. We just kept adding birds, and you know, we would buy 6 or 7 that were just coming into laying age, and then we would come across 20 that were coming into laying age, and we just keep adding them. Well, you know, chickens go through a cycle, and eventually they will have laid just about all the eggs that they're ever going to lay throughout their life. So we kind of got to that point with the majority of these birds. They're still laying some, and we do have some younger birds in there that we can identify. We have a whole nother group of egg layers right here that are older that will go out with these guys when they go. So if I had to say, by the time we get the flock moving come spring, we're probably going to be over 200 birds. But that's going to be fantastic, because I can't tell you how many times this year, whether it was at a farmer's market or whether it was customers calling throughout the week or whatever, that we had to tell, oh my gosh, guys, we're out of eggs. So eggs were a really, really big seller for us this year, and we're trying to remedy that to an extent and add to the flock. And these guys are going to be younger, so the Asia Browns should lay about 300 eggs a year, and then a lot of the colored birds are in between 150 to 250 eggs a year. So we'll see how this goes, but that's the plan. That's what we're doing. We're replacing and replenishing our egg birds for the farm business itself, so that we can continue on with that at a higher level next season. All right, guys, so that's it for this video. We appreciate you guys watching more than you know. We know we've been a little slack around here lately. Just hadn't had a whole lot of interesting things going on. So, but if you don't mind, please go down and like and subscribe. Ring that bell so you'll see all the videos that we put out, and we will see you on the next video.